Hello everyone, my name is Saokosal. Once again, I'm going to talk about how to connect Android with PHP MySQL. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to insert, update, delete data from Android into PHP MySQL. This is the part 2. If you are new to this video, I suggest you to go back to my YouTube channel, Saokosal, and watch the first video, how to connect Android with PHP and read data and pass the data into the JSON object and bind into ListView. And also you will learn how to use Picasso Universal Image Loader. In that video, I introduce you my library. It is in GitHub, Kosal Gig, and generic async task version 2. Please don't use the first one because this is out of date. So please use the version 2. And also I introduce you how to use JSON converter to convert JSON text into JSON objects. And I introduce you how to use file adapter to bind the data into custom list view. And lastly, how to use Picasso and Universal Image Loader. So if you are new, maybe you have to watch this video first. But if you are an old customer, let's go with me. So this is the last video that we did. We finally got an image display and the text. But there is something that I want to show you as well, because there is something wrong with that. For example, that the padding is not right, like there is a space below and after. So we have to make sure that is no padding. So you go to detail activity, and here the image loader, you can say ivimage.set padding, and you say 0, 0, 0 like this, and you call set adjust ubound, and you set it true. And one more thing about the detail as well. If you download my source code, you will see you cannot click the back button right like this. So what you have to do is to go to content detail and go to text. You need to add another relative layout. Actually, you just copy and paste from this one, and and pass it here, because 3 namespace in here: Android apps, tools, and also the padding. And this is very important one, the layout, the context showing. And then you have to put the scroll view under relative layout, because we want to use the edit text and we want to design our edit text. So we have to have another relative layout, but we don't have to put anything like this, just only with my parent and hide my parent. So test our program again. See, there is no padding, but this one has some padding, so we want to go back and change something in the list activity as well. So change something like this. Okay, now there is no padding. Okay, so let's continue. So in order to insert the data into MySQL, actually you have to have like a web page, like you can write in PHP, Python, Ruby, but my last video used PHP, so then let's use PHP again. So for the insert, we have to insert the data, the name, quantity, price, image URL into the database. So let's look at the database schema, customer, and product. See, name, quantity, price, image, URL. We don't need to add the PID because it is the auto increment and it is a primary key, so we don't want to touch it. So our code needs only the name, quantity, price, image, URL, and we have to check it with the if set. And after we get the data, we insert the data into MySQL, and I'm using my actual line. And if the result is greater than 0, it means the data is inserted. Then we can display success. And I want to show you one trick here. Here is a mobile. I check it like if the mobile is set and mobile is equal to Android, then the word is success and we exit. If not, then we display normal echo. Why I have to do that? Because I want to use insert from web page in the usual browser as well as from the Android. So let me test it. So you go to localhost customer insert.php. Actually, it is the physical file here. The insert is here. And if you type it correctly, let's say code 10 by code debug. So the data now is inserted correctly into the database, and it can be used in the web browser as well. But we don't want to display the HTML part in the Android because we want to get only the word success or not success. That's why I have to have another condition, and I embedded like a secret code for that, like mobile and mobile Android, and the echo is success, and then we exit. It means we will stop the code from here. We don't display any XML below here. Okay, let's check the database first. Now as you can see, the new record is already added, but there's something wrong with the image, so I have to change the image URL. So I change the image to something like this, otherwise it's gonna show a blank image. So let's go back to Android, and we have to create another activity, blank activity, and now you call insert, and what is the main page? It's list. Okay, for the insert is very similar to the detail one, so I just go here and copy all the code. So let's copy from relative here to the bottom. And pass it around here. You can have another relative layout under relative layout, doesn't matter. It should be fine. Yes. So we don't want image here. Let's delete this image and change it to insert. We did an insert. That looks good, except we have to delete this one because it's not part of our lesson. So you go to activity insert and you can delete this code. But because this image is related to the activity, so we have to go to insert activity and delete this part. And if you want to delete from the login as well, let's go and delete it. Activity login. Delete this one. Go to login activity and you delete this code as well. And we want to open the insert activity from the list activity. This is the list activity, and this is the activity list. We want to click this button and we go to the insert activity. So let's change this to something like add. So I see maybe add. But as you can see, the button is green, which is not good. So let's download the good one. You can go to material design icons. So this is the official website that you can download any icon for your application. Let's find the plus icon. Okay, after you entered it, you can see this is the plus one. Click here and you click icon, and you can download the white or the black. Now we need the white one, and I need the 48 pixel. Actually, I already have one, so this one should be fine. Just copy. You go back to Android and you go to drawable and paste. Because I already have one, just let's override it. This is the plus sign. You can double click on this. You can see the plus sign. And you go to text. So add drawable / plus. Then you can see the white plus sign like this. And then we want to click this image. And then we go to the insert. So we go to list activity. So you go here. This is the event for the floating action button, and you can just delete this and you add with your code. Now we want to open, so you call intent and we want to go to insert activity class. Then we start activity int. Let's run it. As you can see, now we don't have any icon over here. Just have the correct password. Now we have the plus sign. Click on it. Now we can see the insert activity. Okay, now we have to write some code in here. So first we need to call all the edit text and buttons. So we declare it outside like this, and I call et name, et quantity, price, et image URL, and a button with an insert. And then we get the view by find view by ID, something like this. And we just call a button set on click listener, this. And okay. Now in this event, you can call the post asking response. This is the library that I used in my first video. You should have it if you add the library properly. If you don't know how to do that, I suggest you to go back and watch the first video first. And we call task insert new post and this. And post data and new asking response. And we need to add data in the post data here. So declare hash map post data new hash map post data put. Okay, here is the very critical thing. So to post to the data, we need to know what is the key. So this is the key. When you send the data to this page, we have to match this key exactly the same. So usually you just copy and paste. So something like this, TC name, quantity, price, image URL, exactly the same to this one. And then you can call the text from the edit text above, name dot get text dot toString. Okay, now we put the data that you enter from the activity into the post data, and the post data will send to the web page, but we have to call the web page. What is the web page now? So we call execute, and our web page is http ://10.0.3.2 and customer insert.php. What is our result? Our result is a success. But to get a success, we have to set the data mobile equal Android. So this is the important part. Mobile, here is Android. So we use log here. You should declare a final string, and I call log, and the name should be the name of the class. So it's very easy to do debug by using the log like this. Pass the log here, and the result is string. Now you can see the log in here. Insert. If you want to give a hint to edit type, you can go to the layout and then give it. But now let's test the data. So it should be the name. Let's call Popsy. Insert. Okay. Now you can see the data now is success. Okay, so it's very easy to do debug like this, and you don't have to delete the log because it's not appear to the user, and it is for the debugging only. So you just leave it here. So now the result is success, and we can say if as contain success. I explained it in my last video why you should use contain, because equal means that it must exactly the same, and start with, you can like start with success, but sometimes there is some space before, you know, you can use contain, it's easier. So here you can close it. So after your success, you want to go back from insert activity to list activity, so you call intent something like this. Zenya is the drink. Image URL. So insert again. So now if it is successfully inserted, should be the word insert successfully, and you go back to the list. Yes. Okay, so this is the Zenya. So image might be wrong, it's okay. Now you want to edit the data in detail activity. So it's quite similar to this one. So you call button now, btn update, and right here set on click listener this, make detail activity implement on click listener. Okay, the code is very similar, so let's copy this. So I want to change task insert, so I go to refactor and rename, and I call it task update, and this one is detail activity, copy, okay, and update successfully, and the log, so we go and copy the log here. Here is detail activity, and lastly we change to update. So we have to have another page update here. So for update it's quite similar, okay, the mobile thing, because we want to test if it is a mobile, then if it is success, then we echo the word success and we exit. Otherwise, we just display the usual HTML. But for now, I don't want to care about HTML anymore, just care about this to speed up our process. So it should be fine now. The code is very similar. The mobile PID. So this one we need PID. The reason why that we need PID, because the update cannot update without an ID. So we have to send the ID into the post as well. Put and txt ID. And where we get the ID is from the product here. So this product is declared inside on create. We have to declare it outside, maybe private product like this, and we delete the declaration inside on create. Then now the product can be used into methods. So you call product dot PID. Now product PID is not a string, it's an integer, and we want to pass it into the string. So we have to make sure it is a string. So we just put the double quote like this and plus it, and it convert to the string. So it should be fine now. With cat and change to cat, maybe one, and image one, update. Okay, now it's successfully. So we have to delete this is update. This is just for testing, so we have to delete it. And we don't have to restart the Android because PHP and Android is different. Should be fine now. And lastly, we want to delete from the list view. If you long click on this, it should be a menu. It's called Context Menu. So to do that, you go to List Activity, and here you say Register for Context Menu, and it will ask you which view want to display Context Menu. Actually, we want to display it in the LV product. So LV product is here, so it should be fine. And then here you say on create context menu, and we need another method on context item selected. So this is the menu you want to display. So to do that, you go to project and you go to menu, and here is the menu for the main. We don't have the context menu, so to do that, just copy and then paste here, and I will say list context menu. Okay, so the context here should be the list activity, and the ID here is menu update, order 1. The title is update. Copy, paste, menu remove, order is 2, remove. And you go back to the list and you say menu inflator, get menu inflator, dot inflate, and then which menu. So now you want to call the all.menu.list context menu and menu. So the last menu is the context menu here. So I call the LV product view right here. So I need to copy this line and pass it before I call the register for context menu. Yes, now you have update and remove, and you want to click update, you want to go to update, and you click remove, you want to remove this item from the list. So that's why we need another method called on context item selected, and before here we call item dot get menu info, and the return type is adapter context menu, and you have to cast it to adapter context menu info like this. And then you can have the information from the item that you click. For example, info position. So this is the only thing that we need from there, the position. So we can call it from the adapter. So where is our adapter? So adapter is here. So you need to declare it outside as well. Over here. So you can get a product from that. I call it selected product, and you call adapter get item, and the information from that should be fine. So this line basically you get a product that you click on. So the information will tell the adapter which item that you selected. So first maybe you just do the log, see it is coming or not. Selected, maybe name, easier to see. So here in debug, you have to give the name of the class because this is the log name. And let's see. I click on update. Okay, now it's a Pepsi. So it means that you get the item of the Pepsi. Click here. It's a cat. Okay, now we get the product. So we have to make sure that we select on a menu. As you can see, even though you click on update, it's still cat, and remove is still cat. It's okay now, we get the item, but which menu? So we have to test the menu, which menu you want. So you say if item dot get item ID or dot ID dot menu update. Okay, this is for the update menu. And else for the menu remove. So for the update, it's easy because you just open a detail page. So intent in new int from list activity this, and you go to detail activity. But for the remove, it's a little bit complicated. We want to remove which item. So now we get the item, and we have to make sure that you don't want to delete it accidentally. So you may want to have another alert message. So you call alert dialog dot builder, and I call alert new alert dialog. So you call alert dialog like this, and then you set some text, maybe a message. So you want to ask them, do you want to remove? Then our product name, and after that, so remove, and new on click listener, another button, set positive and negative, and this one cancel because we don't have any event, just give them null, and lastly alert.show. So here is the place that we want to write the code, but then first we need to run and test it. Log in again, click on the cat update. Now we go to detail page, and we don't have the data because we don't put any data here. So we call put extra, and if you go to the detail page, and you can see we have the serializable extra product. So right here we just call product, and you can pass the selected product, should be fine. Cat again, update. Okay, here we go. You got the information. You can go back here, remove, and you want to remove, just click OK. OK. Right here, we have to tell them that we want to remove this item. So to remove that, we have two things. First, we remove from the list, and the second one, we remove from the database. So first, let's remove from the list view first. To remove, we have to say product list dot remove, and we can say selected product. But then we have to call the adapter notify chain. So something like this should be fine. Test it again. Now let's delete this one. Remove, yes. Remove this one, yes. Okay, let's look at the database. Refresh. As you can see, there is no data deleted yet because we don't remove from the database, just remove from the list view. So we have to go back and add our code. So we have to call the post response asking task again. So this is the code, post response asking task, and we have to have another PHP to delete. So this is the page remove.php. For the remove, we don't need anything except the ID. The mobile is the thing that we want to embed it. So delete from table where PID equal PID. If it is greater than 0, success. So just copy this code and you go to list here. And we don't need this one. And product change to selected PID. And this one is list activity. List activity as well. And we say delete successfully. And we don't need to go to anywhere. Just here. It's fine. Remove. Oh, I got some problem here because I call PID, which is different from this one. So just change to PID. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, let's delete the first one. Remove, yes. Go back to the database. Okay, now it's removed. Let's test another one, maybe in the middle. Test the test2. Remove. And we see test2 now. Browse again, yes. Now we reach the end of the lesson today. If you enjoy it, please subscribe my channel and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.